Well, welcome to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. If it's your first time being here, I appreciate you stopping in. And if you're a returning listener, thanks for being here. It's almost our birthday season, so I know you out there feeling it. So I brought in a ton of crystals today. I've got honey calcite, amber. I've got I almost said aventurine. There was a mention there. Citrine, and then I've got red Sedona Jasper, and then these crystals are like just natural quartz crystals that my father gave to me when I was a very little girl. So we've got all kinds of nice stuff in here. We got the Tarot Nefertari, and we are doing a full moon reading for that second Aquarius full moon in Leo season. So it's a blue moon, second full moon in the sign of Aquarius. If you've got Aquarius in your chart anywhere, that area could be highlighted at this time, which for me is my north node. So anyway, let's get started. I've given this deck a good shuffle today. What's coming in for this full moon? What's the message for you for this full moon? There's definitely a message. Something told me to turn around, which I have my crystal altar behind me. Interesting. So with this Knave of Wands, he's definitely a messenger. It says he's painting a picture. There's 7 of these little green things here, and it kind of wanted to say monolith. It kind of wanted to say leaves. Someone's painting a picture. And it said something about turn around. Honestly, it was giving me Total Eclipse of the Heart. That song, Total Eclipse of the Heart, which I keep a playlist here on the channel, so go check out the music playlist if you don't know that song and you find the lyrics important. Total Eclipse of the Heart. It's definitely a love song. Some people suspect that it's a vampire love song by the way that the lyrics are and stuff. That's just kind of like a funny side note, but it's a love song, Total Eclipse of the Heart. I was just telling Leo, we were talking about the heart chakra and Leo's reading, which if you're on the cusp of Leo, that could apply to you for sure. An eclipse of the heart, okay, it's kind of saying something from eclipse season, which we just went through an eclipse portal. So this is also some energy that's coming off of the eclipse portals that we went through back in June and July. Ooh, okay. It's a big message. That's why it's 7 monolith. Oh, whoa, shit, Virgo. Like it's talking about like all the planets that are retrograde right now. It's talking about astrology in general. It's talking about, yeah, like the eclipse portal and stuff we went through. July was a major month too, and I was saying 7 here, so there's a 7 number coming through. I just meditated with my Super 7 crystal this morning. There's a 7 number coming through on this card. Oh, and a knave is an 11, so there's a 7-11. 7-11. There's a big message coming through, and it has very much to do with all the cosmic, astrological movements and energies right now. And that's the main point coming off of your message right here is like everything that's happening right now is because of these planetary alignments. I said something about alignment for Leo too, how the universe was aligned. Dude, you've got to be on the cusp. Like, go check out the Leo reading too. It's pretty short, so it's a quick view. Big message coming in for Virgo there about all the alignments of that stuff. So then what exactly is coming in, especially with that full moon then, because yeah, that's going to be lining up. Leo. What's that look like up there? Still good. Yes. Okay. So, with this Eight of Wands coming out under this Knave of Wands, there's definitely that's what I'm saying. There's communication, there's movement. It's talking about the movement of the planet. It's talking about the movement of communication. It's talking about a message coming through. There's a big message coming through right here. If it's not an actual person coming to you, then it's definitely just like a big sign of inspiration, like your spirit guides touch down and paint a picture out for you of everything that's moving and what is like communications coming through, like huge right here. And it just said crossroads. There's a big crossroads coming up. Yeah, there's a big crossroads coming up here of all this information about to be downloaded for you. This feels like something more on your spiritual path, Virgo. And it's definitely talking about, yeah, like alignment. And my heart chakra is getting a little warm. Like I can feel like the energy kind of like swirling in it right now. It's like, if there's stuff brewing here. And your heart chakra is your crossroads of all your other chakras in your body. And if you think about like when you spread your arms, right? Like that's the crossroads. Like this is all happening right here in your heart space. There's a big message. It's all from the alignment of these cosmos and astrology. Lots of communication and movement coming through the heart space for this full moon. The Strength card's here. It's mainly a Leo card and talking about how that's the kind of energy you embrace. And Leo is linked to the heart chakra. So this is very much about the strength of your heart when it comes to wrestling these lions. It was mentioning how the paint's kind of worn off in these certain areas. It was saying like it wears you down, right? But you also wear them down. And there's a overall wearing down process that goes with this Strength card here. And there is a little bitty white spot on her face right here that looks very much like a little tear. And that's what I mean. It ain't tough, Virgo. You've been through a strength cycle. You've been working on a strength cycle. It's been wearing you down, but you've been wearing them down too, it feels like. It's just been tough. It's a tough kitty paws. Come out pretty good after that cycle with the Six of Wands. I'm suddenly like very thirsty, and it's like pointing out the water that she's pouring into these plants. It kind of just told me that my plants outside are thirsty. That's what I mean. It's like it's been a hot summer. It's been a tough season. It's the season of the lion, so there can be a lot of beautiful golden radiant energy as much as there can be some fierce roaring energy, right? And it's equating that to literally everything. Like I live in Georgia, so the sun is like blazing out here. and you know, and if you equate that energy to kind of everything else in this season, it can be a little intense and very strong, right? That sun is strong, and that's kind of what it's pointing out here. So it's almost like if you were a plant, right, you need to water yourself to nurture yourself because it's kind of rough out here. It's kind of what it's saying. And it's saying the same thing for anything you nurture and take care of. That's where you come out victorious, is like you've been nurturing and taking care of the things that are important, things that need a little tending to and some watering, especially yourself. It's definitely talking about like some thirst, like you're still thirsting for something, though. With the Six of Wands, you're still thirsting for something. And that's when we meet up with this crossroads message right here. The energy, once you get done with this, the energy starts moving over here. and it's moving pretty quickly with all these wands, right? Like, woo, like you come into this full moon like really quick. And then you get to this Nine of Pentacles, and this Nine of Pentacles, it just says, it's a blessing. There's a blessing that comes after this. This one's okay. Ooh, oh shit! you keep saying that word too, Virgo. So there's something coming through with that, but it it just gave me, it's raining men. So there's this money here. This is a masculine energy, so that's kind of where it's saying like I think like your actions, like what you've actually been doing out in the world, like your spirit's been very much thirsting for stuff, right? Your spirit's been thirsting for certain things. It's been a tough cycle you've been going through. You get this like heart chakra, like whoo, message, download, communication, and everything just moves forward, and then all of a sudden it's raining men, and that's where you get all of these blessings. I really do think it is in the form of like pentacles or money or resources or something like that, because you just got it all coming in. You're solid and you're good, and you're also giving thanks and being very grateful and giving offerings for it. And that's what your spirit's been thirsting for, is like this security, this stability, needing this money possibly. You just needed these blessings. You needed these blessings a lot. And so there's very rapid forward movement into these blessings afterwards. It said, but it doesn't come without its obstacles. There's this Seven of Wands here. I think you're good to go. I think you can still keep up this momentum. Like you have to keep moving forward very quickly, right? And there's that 7. I was talking about the 7 message coming off of this. Like I think you can continue moving forward very quickly. Like this is just the moment of like, thank you, I got all my blessings, I'm good to go, and then keep on moving, right? Like if there was another 8 of Wands that we could put here, then it would probably be there, right? Both of these figures are booking it. So they're both moving. This one is facing some obstacles and some challenges. There's some, it just said snarky behavior down here. There's some snarky behavior down here. So you're just rowing, trying to keep that momentum going. And with that astrological alignment stuff, that's the energy you need to be in. It's a fiery season right now. You need to keep it moving. You need to keep going forward with all of this momentum. You can receive your blessings, and you need to keep moving, because it's the time for it. It's the time for it is what it's saying. That's why it's mentioning all the astrological alignments. It is time for it, baby. It said last ones. Well, it's this 8 of Swords here. Hierophant here. And there's our Moon card. You might receive this message a little bit before the full moon, but it has to do with the full moon energy. Here's the Moon card. So the full moon might be right when you receive your blessings, when things get illuminated for you, right? I was saying with this 7 of Wands over here, there's definitely obstacles and challenges. There's definitely this kind of, it's mostly just talking about the moon in general, like the moon. But there's definitely some fear and kind of balancing of energies here. This particular Moon card has the white and the black on both sides, right? So it's kind of like light and dark. There's 2 different pyramids to go into. It's saying something about like riddles, like which is the one you go into, right? The white or the black. It said neither one of them are wrong. You have to explore both, it just said. Kind of like exploring your options, exploring what you can do with these blessings, what you can do with this potential. There is some unknown, and that's where there's like this meat, but it's not a heavy energy over here. It's just very much talking about the moon and that alignment right there. And you're going to have to maybe weigh some options, and you might see some obstacles ahead, or not see them rather, and right. So, but like, don't worry, keep moving, keep it moving. That's what I'm saying. Get it going. With this Eight of Swords over here, on top of what I was talking about with the Strength card, with it being like a cycle that's wearing you down, you've been imprisoned and trapped. You've had kind of like a devil on your back in a sense, kind of pulling your strings. I've had some puppet messages coming through this season, so this is definitely hitting the core for me. Like, you've been a puppet in a sense for a person or an energy or a situation. You just feel trapped in it, or you feel trapped in a lot of negative thoughts. You don't necessarily have to be a puppet. It's just like someone's definitely pulling your strings, though. And that could be you being manipulated. That could be someone just upsetting you. That could be someone messing with your mind. It did want to cuss right there, too. That's what I'm saying. You got some energy up in here, Virgo. Somebody's been on your back for sure. You're feeling trapped. You're feeling like someone's pulling your strings one way or another. It's been a mentally frustrating time. And it's like you haven't been able to find your way out. It's like you keep bumping into the edge of this card like it's a wall. And then you can't go the other directions because there's all these swords. And so it's like you keep trying to figure out how to get out, but you keep bumping into the wall because there's not really anywhere else to go. That's the energy you got to like dismiss and get out of, because there's certainly a way out of this card. There's certainly a way out. It might mean you got to get rid of that thing on your back first, right? You gotta, and with the creatures over here, like the animals, like I love lions, don't get me wrong. So, but it's very much just saying like these creatures over here with these teeth, right? And there's the teeth again. There's these teeth. There's all these teeth. And you're having to kind of like open their mouth, like work around it. And then they're like leaning over you, like on top of you and like looking at, you know, that's what I'm just saying. It's like on your back, controlling you, like latched onto your back type deal. It just said you might want to do like a cleansing, and I'm sure you probably do cleansing. Like I burn sage and stuff all the time, but you might want to like really do like an aura cleansing, like really focus on it, because there might be something you really got to get off of your back in a sense. And that's what leads into this, I think, getting that off of your back, because look at her standing up straight, right? No more fiddling with any of these sharp teeth. No more dealing with anything on your back. No more pulling your strings. You get to, I think, nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. And you've been thirsting for that for quite a while. And I think all kinds of ways. It can be a very creative way. The movement, the communication, the messages start coming through. You receive these blessings. Get them around the full moon. You will face a few obstacles and stuff, but you got to keep the momentum going. And all in all, at the end, you have this Hierophant card, which is, like I said, that spiritual kind of wisdom leader. This is Osiris on his throne, god of the underworld. It just said, like, right, like learned the lessons of both the living and the dead. Very much attributing things to the cosmos. Just, it said extreme wisdom. Extreme wisdom. It just got so peaceful in here. Like that, who, yeah, Virgo, that's the final, oh yeah. That's beautiful. That's what I'm saying. You've been very stressed out. Been going through these very frustrating times. You do get your chance to nurture yourself. You get that spiritual knowledge and wisdom and messages that you've been thirsting for. You get those blessings you've been thirsting for. It's not the end of your challenges, but wow, did the energy shift into some peaceful it is peaceful, right? Like it's got to be peaceful, and that's what you're craving here in your heart, in your spirit. You are craving not only your spiritual wisdom, but you are craving your peace. And it is so calm and like restful now in here. And I don't feel nearly as thirsty now. So that's what I mean. It's like you get quenched in a way. You get quenched with these blessings, with these messages, with these astrological alignments coming through with this full moon. You get your thirst quenched, Virgo. Amen. Right? You get your thirst quenched. What a beautiful way to end that message. That's deep. That's deep. That's what I got for you. Let me know how that resonates for you guys. It'll be our birthday season next, so I'll see you then. Catch you on the next one. Thank you.